fully expect to be demonetized here because this is a commercial track by Deadmau5 and all the covers I did were demonetized. Well, not demonetized, sorry, copyright claim. When I do these covers, these Deadmau5 covers, I like to transcribe everything first in proper MIDI and sort of do a recreation of the original. So I sort of understand what the sounds are like, what the effects, where they should be applied, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to organize the track first to know what's going on. Here we just have... And then here I think the kick is starting. So here we get those strings. And here we get the lead starting again. Okay. Oh, I thought it was a low pass. That's a bandpass. And he's probably going to take out instruments one by one. And that whole section then fades out. Okay, I think we've all the elements more or less of the tune. Folks, if like me you've tried to make your own PCB, you know that it's a lot of really hard work. And the results are, well... Thankfully, PCBWAY takes the pain out of making PCB by doing it for you. They also do CNC 3D printing and injection molding, as well as helping you with the design of your idea if you can't even get it off the ground. So go to PCBWAY.com and see what they can do for you, and thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So figuring out a lot of these instruments is going to be tricky, mostly because I'm trying to do everything with the stock plugins from Ableton, but Deadmau5 uses a lot of add-ons and custom VSTs, but you know, we should be able to get fairly close. Maybe a bit of reverb. Right now we're not even worrying about all that. We're just blocking MIDI, so we're just putting MIDI down. I'm trying to get the sound itself, as in the synthesis itself, close. Kick starts here. Grittier than I would like. Again, this is stuff you clean then afterwards. Once you've got your sort of composition and everything blocked, you work on the details. So right now we're going to live with that. And for kick again, we're going to use, I'm again trying to use stock stuff. Oh yeah, I need the snare. I need the snare. That's all I want for now. Okay, let's figure out those chords. There's something going on that's not the straight chord. That's the 7th degree of the scale, and he has that going through all those chords. So it pivots around that note, I think, something like that. It pivots his chord progression around the 7th degree of the scale. So there's a wah effect, like an auto wah, but it also shifts. It feels like there's a bandpass going through. Here you can hear the resonance of the bandpass. So it goes like there's a sort of LFO resonant bandpass going through those whatever that chord instrument is, and an auto wah effect on it. That might work. EQ filter, auto filter. Yes, there you go. That follows. Oh. Something like that, isn't it? Needs to be a bit fuller, but I think we're close to something. Okay, you know what? We're going to work with that now. Again, we're just blocking stuff. We're not trying to... There's another wah on top of it that opens the filter on the attack. I'm just trying to approximate everything here. It sounds like a bunch of cats being auto-tuned. And then there's a different chord progression starting here, but for now I'm going to... There's okay, there's something else on that bass. Finally, it's taking shape, folks. We got most of the elements in. Doesn't sound as good as the original. That's not the goal. We're just blocking stuff. We have one thing to do though, and it's to fix that kick. So there's a second lead coming in here, but that lead continues then all the way here. But that... And then we send that through an entire bandpass. And we need to group all that. I need to extend the width of the band. It's a bit better, but it's not great. Not used to, yeah. I was fascinated. I'm still fascinated with EDM, and it was Deadmau5 that actually got me really into mixing. I mix my stuff very much like EDM. I think that's what gives it its sort of signature. But I record acoustic. I sort of edit like a rock piece, and I edit like I would EDM. And it just, I think the combination works well, at least for me. It's a really good thing to get into for production value, like to just pay attention to EQ and learn like proper compression and use of filters. So right now I'm just trying to figure out what the MIDI stuff is doing. Couple of effects here and there just for placeholders. It's all placeholders. I'll refine all of that at some point, but I'm just trying to figure out these sort of compositions. The lead sound is it's actually a simple little, it's very gamey, very Game Boy, isn't it? It's like it's two square waves. One is at an octave from the other. And just a tiny bit of filtering, but not much. And then I just add a vibrato, but add a delay. So whenever it's like delayed by 45 milliseconds, so half a second. And then a slight flanger. So if I cut all the effects, just a square wave. It's very Game Boy. A little bit of overdrive to just flatten the top ends, and then chorus. Yeah. So then our kick comes in, big crash, and I think we've got the core here of it. So I'm happy. The goal is not to have a faithful reproduction, is to get as close as possible with the stock plugins. Once I'm all done and I'm happy with everything, I'll release the project file. So if you have Ableton, stock Ableton with the full version of Ableton, mind you, because you'll need all the tracks, and you'll probably need some of the extra instruments, so it'll have to be the full version. But yeah, you can pretty much open the project in there and see everything. But this is for me a preliminary work for a future cover, so I think I still to iron out those kind of wow little instrument effects. I think the chords are good. I think the bass is more or less okay, and then get a better kick and snares. But that's all stuff I need to iron on, and it's I'll probably spend just as much time on the percussion section, on the kick and the snare, and just getting them just right. So stuff like that takes a lot of time.